All right, let's jump right in. We're going to break down a really simple but super powerful tool called the Mini Stakeholder Interview. The big promise here? It's all about unlocking some serious clarity and boosting your teamwork. And get this, it only takes a few minutes.
But first, let me ask you something. You ever have that feeling? You're putting in all the hours, you're working so hard, but it just feels like you and your colleagues are, well, pulling in slightly different directions? It's that super common and honestly, really frustrating feeling of being misaligned at work. And that feeling, that misalignment, that's what we're calling the collaboration problem. It's basically the gap between all the effort we're all putting in and the awesome, unified results we're actually trying to achieve together.
So to even start solving this, we got to be on the same page about who we're even collaborating with. What exactly is a stakeholder? Well, it's not just your manager or the people who report to you. Look at this definition. It's way broader. It's anyone, directly or indirectly, who's affected by what you do. We're talking about peers, customers, partners, and totally different departments. The circle is so much bigger than we usually think.
Okay, and that brings us to the solution. This is where this powerful new tool comes into play. It's a super streamlined approach, kind of borrowed from a more traditional method, but it's been perfectly tweaked for how we actually work today. Fast, busy, and always moving.
Now, check out this comparison, because this is where you really see the difference. A traditional stakeholder interview, that can be this long, drawn-out, super formal process that takes like an hour or more. But the mini interview? It's the total opposite. We're talking way less time, it has just one core question, and the whole thing is quick, focused, and to the point. And here's the secret sauce. The entire technique, the thing that makes it so incredibly effective, is that it's all built around one single, elegantly simple question.
And there it is. What is your most important objective? That's it. Seriously. This one question, when you ask it the right way, it just has this incredible power to slice right through all the noise, all the assumptions, and all the little daily misunderstandings that get in our way.
But here's the thing. Asking the question, that's only half of it. The real magic, the part that changes everything, is in how you listen to the answer. And that brings us to something absolutely crucial, the art of listening.
So let's be really clear here. This is not an interrogation. It's not a debate. It's an exercise in deep, active listening. The quality of the insight you're going to get is 100% determined by the quality of your attention.
First up, and this might be the hardest part for a lot of us, you have to consciously suspend your voice of judgment. What does that mean? It means you literally have to park your own opinions at the door. It doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. For these few minutes, your only job is to see the world completely through their eyes.
The next principle kind of builds on that one. Listen with a totally open mind and just be genuinely curious. There's this great idea of accessing your ignorance. Don't be afraid to sound like you don't know something. Your goal isn't to look smart, it's to actually understand their world.
And finally, the third piece is to listen with an open heart, with compassion. This is all about appreciative listening. It's about making a human connection with the person behind the job title, really trying to feel their challenges and what they're aiming for. This, right here, is how you build real, lasting trust. Okay, so you've got the mindset down pat. You're ready to listen. So how do you actually do it? Let's walk through the super practical, step-by-step process for your own one-question interview. And this just shows you how beautifully simple it is. Step 1, just pick a stakeholder and ask them for a few minutes, telling them you just want to collaborate better. Step 2, find a quiet spot, whether it's in person, on a video call, whatever. Step 3, ask that one powerful question. Now, Step 4 is the big one. This is where you put all those listening principles to work, and definitely take notes. And finally, Step 5, after the chat, take a moment to reflect on what you heard, and then close the loop with a quick thank you note. So simple, right?
And what happens when you actually do this? Well, when you put this simple process into practice, the results can be just game-changing. We're talking genuinely transformative for your work and your professional relationships.
Just take this example from a leadership workshop. There was a participant, new to their company, and they were really struggling because there was a lack of trust. Instead of just trying to force their own agenda, they decided to try these interviews. And look at this result. They said the interviews were, quote, incredibly helpful. And listen to this part. They saved me months of work and communication. Months. They learned things they never would have figured out otherwise, and they built this incredible foundation of trust. What a massive return on a tiny little investment of time. So what can you expect to get out of this? Well, you're going to get so much more clarity on why your work actually matters to other people. You'll get a way deeper understanding of the real value you're creating. You'll spot barriers and roadblocks you didn't even know were there. And maybe the best part of all, you'll build better, deeper relationships that are actually based on real transparency and trust.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought. You've got the tool now, you've got the mindset, and you have the simple step-by-step process. So the only question left is, whose perspective will you uncover first?